Jack and the King's Rainbow Fish. King Ferdinand loved his garden nearly as much as he loved his daughter, Eloise. He especially loved the exotic fish with shimmering rainbow-colored scales that swam in a pond at the center of the garden. One day the fish began to vanish. The king was livid. "Why are my fish disappearing? I must put a stop to this," he declared. The king offered a reward to anyone who could find out what had happened to his fish. People tried but failed. Then one day a bold and clever young man came along, introducing himself as Jack. He said to the king, "If you give me your daughter's hand in marriage, I will end your problem." Impressed by the lad's confidence, the king accepted his offer. Jack searched the garden for footprints, but the only footprints he found belonged to either him or the king. Next, he questioned all the people in the king's palace, but no one had even had a clue. So Jack spent the night in the garden right beside the pond. For 2 nights, Jack kept watch, but nothing happened. Then on the 3rd night, he spotted something bright descending toward the pond. A fishing lure, Jack thought. Where there's a lure, there's sure to be a pull. Sure enough, Jack saw a long pole slanting over the garden wall. He crept through the garden and climbed up the wall. Peeking over the top, he saw an orc with a fishing pole in his big hand. So that's the thief, Jack thought. The orc hooked a fish, lifted it over the wall, and dropped it in a basket. Jack followed the orc home. When the orc left his cottage again, Jack swapped places with the fish. When the orc returned and went to remove his catch, he heard a muffled voice inside the basket. "I am the king's favorite fish," said the voice. "If you don't return me and my friends, the king will have your head." The frightened orc promised to return all the fish by sunrise and was true to his word. The king also kept his promise and permitted Jack to propose to his daughter Eloise. Unfortunately, Eloise rejected Jack's proposal. But Jack was made the official head of security for the king's garden, and he never saw the orc again.